Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be basically an update on the Myanmar, Thailand earthquake and, the death toll. So through the spirit, I'm going to read some of this article, depending on how long it is. Get some precepts and Lord's will, you're edified. It said Myanmar, Thailand earthquake live updates. Death toll climbs amid aftershocks. A powerful 7.7 magnitude earthquake rattled much of Southeast Asia on Friday, resulting in mounting casualties and flattened skyscrapers from Myanmar to Thailand. The epicenter was in Mandalay, Myanmar, the country's second largest city. Even Bangkok, some 600 miles away, felt widespread shaking and saw significant damage from the quake, including the total collapse of a skyscraper under construction. It says 5.1 magnitude aftershock strikes Myanmar. Myanmar resistance groups announces partial ceasefire. American couple talks about surviving quake. Death toll rises to 1,002 in Myanmar, 9 in Thailand. Yeah, so that death toll is going to continue to rise. And like myself and so many other brothers have been saying, this is the time and season that we're in. Like it says in 2 Timothy 3:1, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. You look up the definition of perilous. It means full of danger or risk. And clearly, we're in a time full of danger. Every time you turn around, there's fires, there's storms, there's tempests, there's earthquakes, there's wars happening. There's always some wild event taking place. And it's just happening more and more frequently, to the point where even these simple-minded people who are just 100% in the world are starting to recognize it. But this earthquake was judgment from the Heavenly Father upon those people. Psalms 9:16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion, Selah. And that's right. These earthquakes are judgments of the Heavenly Father. Just one of the many ways in which he punishes these heathens that he's angry with. Psalm 79:6. Pour out thy wrath upon the heathen that have not known thee, and upon the kingdoms that have not called upon thy name. And out there in Thailand and Myanmar and Bangkok, they're not calling on the names of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. They're worshiping false gods over there. So the Lord, he's bringing judgment upon those people, pouring out his wrath upon them. And this time it manifested in the form of an earthquake, a 7.7 earthquake that has so far killed over 1,000 people. Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And the Lord sent that earthquake upon them. Nice 7.7 magnitude earthquake. And then there was even an aftershock that happened as well. Which that's not uncommon for there to be aftershocks after the initial quake. But these earthquakes are getting a lot more intense, a lot more destructive, a lot more deadly, just as the men of the Lord have been prophesying about. And more people are getting wounded and killed. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And with this judgment, the Lord has killed many people and wounded many people. Just like when the Lord unleashes these brush fires and these wildfires, when the Lord unleashes these storms and tempests, these hurricanes, these tornadoes, these snowstorms, hailstorms, torrential rainstorms that cause flooding. There's a lot of people that get wounded and killed when the Lord starts pouring out his wrath. Psalm 7 and 11, Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And that's right. And you can see that the Heavenly Father is angry with these wicked people. All the people who are involved in these plane crashes, these daily car crashes that take place, the shootings, the stabbings, people drowning, people get struck by lightning, people unalive themselves. All of these various judgments, these heavy, potentially deadly judgments from the Lord are being brought upon people that he's angry with. And he's angry with them because they're being wicked. They're doing things which, according to the scriptures, the Lord does not approve of. And they're doing it because they don't believe that there's consequences to their actions. They really believe that they can just be out here doing whatever they want to do. Little do they know that the angels of the Lord are watching them and documenting everything and then reporting back to the Heavenly Father and letting him know what's going on. And then the Heavenly Father, he decides when he's going to unleash judgment upon the earth, how severe that judgment's going to be, how many people are going to get affected by it, get wounded and killed by that judgment. Because some people will say, oh, these earthquakes, that's just Mother Nature. No, it's not. That's the judgment of the Lord. And that's another thing. A lot of people, they're going to be forced by the Lord to acknowledge that these are his judgments. It has nothing to do with climate change or global warming or Mother Nature. Like, these people are going to give the Heavenly Father his credit. The Lord is going to beat these people into submission through his judgments. He's going to make these people suffer. And that's what they deserve. Because the men of the Lord, starting, of course, with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, have been warning these people. But nobody wants to listen. So it's not like these people don't know what it is. They know. They just choose to ignore. And that's ultimately the work of the Heavenly Father as well, because the Lord doesn't want majority of these people to accept this truth. Majority of these people are wicked. They're too far gone in the eyes of the Lord. And he's just going to let them increase in wickedness, and then he's going to erase them. He's going to wipe them out. He's going to kill them. That's why so many brothers, when they're out, prophesying on the streets, people will walk right past them, or, somebody might stop and, inquire, but then, not really, pay attention, because majority of people are just not meant to get it. This truth is for a small number of people. Everybody's going to know what it is in the kingdom. But on this side, not everybody's meant to know. And those people who the Lord does not allow to accept this truth, they're going to die. He's going to put them to death on this side. And this truth is all over the world. So it's not like people in different parts of the world don't know. Because there's brothers all over the world. There's sisters all over the world as well. And then they tell their family and their friends about it, and then word spreads. But like I said, majority of these people, they're wicked. They're not going to accept this truth. They have, a lot of people have that mindset of, you do things your way, I do things my way. And it's like, no, we're all supposed to do things the Lord's way. There is no, you can do this and I can do, something else, and then we can just, agree to disagree and all that. Like, no, when it comes to the Lord and it comes to his words, there is no agreeing to disagree. You're either on the same page or you're not. And if you're not on the same page with the Lord, you're going to get destroyed, because there is no other way to do things. There is no free will. There is no, I can do whatever I want and I choose not to do the Lord's way. It's like, no, regardless of what you do, it's still doing what the Lord wants you to do, because the Heavenly Father controls the goings of man. So whether the Lord puts the Spirit on you to accept this truth or deny the truth, you're still doing what he wants you to do. But accepting this truth, the Lord putting the Spirit on you to accept this truth and to, grow in this faith and, move a certain type of way, that'll lead to your salvation. If the Lord has you go the opposite way and deny this truth and just continue to be a wicked demon, then you're going to die. Plain and simple. But the Lord is daily showing through his judgments, that he is very angry with the wickedness that's just continually happening in this world. And the thing is, the Lord, he gives people an option, but majority of these people, they want to be wicked, because we live in a world where being wicked is beneficial. Doing the right thing, being righteous, you don't, uh, that's not, I guess, condoned or praised or, it's not looked at as a good thing in this society. But people get praised for being wicked. But see, the Lord, he's not praising these wicked people. He's going to continue to destroy them. Because at the end of the day, we all reap what we sow. If you're being wicked, you're going to reap destruction. If you're being righteous, you're going to reap salvation. Plain and simple. So we can expect a lot more devastating earthquakes and fires and storms and tempests and many other judgments that result in a lot of people getting wounded and killed, because we're in that time and season. Like it says in Luke 21 and 22, for these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. So all of this that's happening is the vengeance and the judgment of the Lord. These people have pissed off the Lord. They've provoked him unto wrath, and now they got to reap the punishment and the judgment. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, for putting the Spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are still fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. And shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. And Adawan Ratazah. Until next time, shalom.